Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am actually going to be doing a seed unboxing for y'all and discussing a little bit about each of the varieties of seeds that I got. So everything that I purchased is going to be going into my fall garden this year. I already have all that planned out. That's going to be the next video, me detailing you get dog butt in today's video. The next video is going to be me detailing what I'm going to be planting and when and all of that stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I got 3 different orders. The first order is from a company called Row 7 Seed Company, and they're a small company of chefs, farmers, and plant breeders that are kind of all just working together to create tastier vegetables and stuff. So make sure I got it all. Okay, so I got 4 packets from them. Since I haven't ordered from them before, I didn't want to go too crazy, although they had some really cool looking stuff on their website. Row 7 Seeds. So the first seed variety is Beauregard Snow Pea, and I will attempt to insert pictures into this for y'all. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes not so much. Beauregard Snow Pea is a purple potted pea that holds its color when it is cooked, and it will be planted on the trellis out there in the beds that are along the fence. From what I was reading, you want to harvest this whenever it's a bit bigger than other snow peas. Whenever you harvest, you want to wait until you start to see the peas developing, because it has a better flavor at that point. All right, so the next 2 varieties are different varieties of lettuce. In my black green stock, I'm going to do a fall run of lettuce this year. In the spring, it did okay. I was able to get a few salads, but I want to be able to get some more. So the first variety is Dino lettuce. And the name should tell you why I got it. Anything dinosaur or dragon I'm pretty much drawn to within my garden. No idea why, I just am. But Dino lettuce is a romaine type of lettuce with spiny tipped leaves and juicy stems, providing maximum texture and crunch. So this one would be a lettuce that you can serve either raw or cooked. A lot of people like to grill romaine halves and then serve it that way as kind of like a side green vegetable. So this one would be a good candidate for that. The next variety of lettuce is Tegan lettuce. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. This one is bred for flavor and heat tolerance, so this ought to be good for my green stock in the fall, since, you know, it is still pretty warm here in North Texas. It is a maroon painted lettuce, and as it receives some exposure, it is more and more maroon. So that's pretty cool, and it is most delicious at full maturity. So this is not a good variety for like baby lettuce leaves. All right, and then the last one, I'm bound and determined to grow beets to maturity. I have not been successful yet. And my husband had this beet salad in Boulder, Colorado that he really fell in love with. It had roasted beets and goat cheese and some other stuff on it. He really fell in love with that salad. So I've been telling him I'll grow you some beets so we can have this salad, but I haven't been successful yet. So I am actually out of gold beet seeds from all my different failed attempts. So I got this Badger Flame beet to try out. Is going to have the sweetness of other gold beets, but without that dirt flavor, but it still has the same nutritional value. So hopefully this is one that I like, because I don't typically like beets a whole ton because I don't really like eating dirt. But that was all from Row 7. And then the next company that I got seeds from is going to be Haas Tools. So I'm trying to introduce more hybrid varieties into my garden. Typically the hybrid varieties are going to be bred for how prolific they are, or disease resistance, or easy to grow, different characteristics like that that make home gardeners like me struggle just a little bit less to get the food coming out. So that's what I ordered from Haas Tools, was quite a few hybrids, and they sent this really cute sticker that's gonna go on my gardening bucket. I'll have to find some room, it might have to go inside. So let me flip to the page that has the notes on this. So some of these varieties I grew last year because my friend down in Houston, Gary, and his wife sent me some seeds that they had gotten, and they grew really well for me. It was like my first year being successful growing broccoli and such. So I got the same varieties, most of the same varieties that they sent me. So the first one is going to be this Aspa Brock. It is a hybrid variety. It reaches maturity in 50 to 60 days. It resembles broccoli rabe with an asparagus type stem. It has a sweet, mild taste with a slightly peppery undertone. The entire plant is edible. If you have limited space, you can grow this in a container. It will be going into my raised beds. It is a cross between Chinese kale and Italian sprouting broccoli. It requires full sun, moist, well-drained soil, and performs best when transplanted. And here in Texas, it does better planted in the fall, but in other areas of the country, you can also plant it in the spring. So the next one is going to be Green Magic Broccoli. Also an F1 hybrid variety, reaches maturity in 55 days. I will be succession sowing this one. I think I have it scheduled out for 3 different plantings of this so that I can harvest it 3 different times instead of having all my broccoli reach maturity at once. This is a heat tolerant variety that can be planted earlier in the fall or later in the spring. It is slow to bolt, which means go to seed. The plants are compact at around 2 foot tall, and it's known for its smooth, uniform heads. It will continue to produce side shoots for a second and third harvest and has a buttery texture and great flavor. Move a little closer so you guys can see that. And then the next one, that was Green Magic, and we also have, or I also have, Purple Magic, which reaches maturity in 100 days. So it takes almost twice as long, but you get a cool purple broccoli from it. It has high tolerance to stress and heat. It is sweeter and more tender than green varieties. You can enjoy it raw, in stir fries, roasted, blanched, or steamed. The leaves are frost tolerant. The crowns are not. So in the event of temperature of below 32 degrees, you will need to protect these with a row cover. All right, back to my other page. Okay, so one of the other things that I have struggled to grow my entire gardening duration is Brussels sprouts. The plants start off just fine, but I can't ever get the actual Brussels sprouts to grow. So I am attempting some hybrid varieties. So I have Jade Cross here. F1 hybrid that produces uniform sprouts along 30-inch stalks, so it gets pretty tall. That's 2.5 foot. It is an early maturing variety. It reaches maturity in 90 days, so 3 months. It has an excellent flavor for roasting or sautéing. And the next Brussels sprouts variety is a red variety. This is going to be Red Bull. Another F1 hybrid, dark red sprouts with a delicate, milder flavor. The green sprouts retains its color when it's cooked, and this one is great roasted or air fried. Now I don't think I've tried air fried Brussels sprouts, but I might try it this year if I can get these guys to reach, their mature level. This says it reaches maturity in about 90 days. So that's going to be after I transplant it into my raised beds. In about 90 days, I can expect to start harvesting these. I am not succession sowing these since they are a little bit long growing. All right, so the next one is going to be Twister Cauliflower. This is also an F1 hybrid with large, dense heads that have a self-wrapping ability. That really protects the white crowns there so that they retain that super bright white color. and it is great roasted or air fried and reaches maturity in 70 days. The next cauliflower variety that I'm going to be planting this year that I got in this seed order is the Purple hybrid cauliflower. Also an F1 hybrid. Outstanding hybrid variety with beautiful and colorful purple heads, 68 days to maturity, maintains purple color while cooking, although it can turn slightly bluish. If you want it to stay this bright purple, you want to add a little bit of acid to your cooking liquid, like if you're steaming it or something. All right, and then I got two cabbage varieties from Hoss Tools. The first one is going to be Red Jewel Cabbage. Hybrid cabbage variety averaging 3 to 3.5 pounds at harvest, reaches maturity in about 75 days. This one is going to be great for fresh eating, cooking, canning, and pickling, so you can use it in anything from coleslaw to sauerkraut. And then we have a traditional green type headed cabbage, stone head hybrid cabbage. Hybrid that is easy to grow with excellent disease resistance and resistance to cracking and splitting. This one reaches maturity in 70 days, and again, this one is also great in slaws, sauerkraut, and winter soups. So general purpose cabbages in both green and red. And then the last seed order that I got was from Johnny's Select Seeds. And this one is mostly carrots. I used a lot of my carrot seeds last year with a carrot experiment that failed. I'm going to be waiting a little while this year to plant my carrots because I think it was still a bit too warm for when I did plant them. But back to this unboxing. So the first variety of seeds that I got from Johnny's was another beet, and this is Boldor beet. Similar to Touchstone, but with improved germination and seedling vigor. It has a great flavor that is milder than the red and striped varieties, and it reaches maturity in 55 days. So this is another one that is a great candidate for succession sowing. Then we get into the carrots. So the first carrot that I got is the Deep Purple. This is a 7 to 8 inch deep purple carrot that is perfect for juicing, that reaches maturity in 73 days. So my entire reason for getting this one was to juice it. From my understanding, it's not so great in other preparations because it does have quite a strong flavor, but we'll see how it turns out with some juice. The next one is Gold Nugget. This is an F1 hybrid, 5 to 7 inch deep yellow carrot that reaches maturity in 68 days. So just like a traditional carrot, but more yellow. I'm trying to increase the amount of color present within the fall garden, if you guys couldn't tell by the red and purple varieties, and then these multicolored carrots. So then the next one is going to be the Ruby Pack carrot. This is a 7 to 8 inch long red carrot where the color intensifies whenever it is cooked. So this one reaches maturity in 72 days. So this one will be the one that I'm going to use in roasts and stews and chicken and dumplings and other applications where I like to have cooked carrots. The Gold Nugget, this one will probably be more fresh eating. The Deep Purple is for juicing. And then the last carrot variety that I got from Johnny's is going to be Shin Garota. My friend Gary down in Houston said it grows really well for him. Last year, that was the one that he suggested. So I ordered it for this year, so we shall see. This is a 3 to 5 inch orange carrot. So this is gonna be a short, stubby kind of guy. Reaches maturity in 58 days, and it is resistant to bolting. So here in hot Texas, this one might be your best bet, since it is, you know, a little bit more resistant to our temperatures, and it reaches maturity a little bit faster. So this one is going to be another fresh eating one. This one will be one that gets eaten with hummus or like ranch dip or something like that. And then I got 2 varieties of pumpkins to plant on the trellis that the Beauregard snow peas are going to be planted on, and that's going to be Black Bear, which is a very dark, almost black, 1 to 1.5 pound pumpkin with a true pumpkin shape. This is resistant to powdery mildew, which in the fall, my squash plants really fall prey to powdery mildew, so hopefully these guys can fight it off. And these reach maturity in 80 days. This one is an edible variety, but it also looks really awesome out with your fall decor, mixed in with other orange and white pumpkins and such. So I will probably, if I am able to get any pumpkins, I will probably combo use this as Halloween decorations and yum-yums, so we'll see. And then the other variety of pumpkin I got is the Spark. This is a hybrid variety that is a yellow-orange mini pumpkin with deep orange stripes. It reaches about 1/2 pound at maturity, so this is a small pumpkin, but it is not recommended for eating. So this is going to be a decorative variety that I set out with the black bear to be part of the mosquitoes, to be part of the Halloween decorations. And this one is also resistant to powdery mildew, and it reaches maturity in 90 days. So got quite a lot in for the fall garden. Very exciting. Again, the 3 companies that I purchased from were Row 7 Seeds, Haas Tools, and Johnny Selected Seeds. I've had very good luck with Haas Tools and Johnny Selected Seeds in the past, but of course I'll keep you guys updated on how the Row 7 Seeds turn out. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. If you liked today's video and you want to see how all these seeds grow and produce within my fall garden, please like, subscribe, and comment to this video. Otherwise, until next time, they'll find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye!